Yo 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 yo. Yo 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 yo. Alright, bet. Test. We're good. Music is listening. Cool. Discord people you could hear on too. Perfect. Run up in a very range truck. Hop up better than a mentor. Alright, so let's do a breakdown. So Euro USD, we're looking for price either to bounce off of these lows, right, which we did get. So again, and the reason we were right is because here in the higher time frame we can see that price is trending higher, higher, low. Then here it did make higher high. I'm looking at the body closure, right, higher low. Now the break that made this little double bottom in the lower time frame, right? We go down to a 5-minute time frame. Right, this is the entry point you wanted to see anyway. Again, right? That was literally the entry point I wanted to see right there. So that was perfect. Right, we get respects of the lows, right? The lows were respected again. So we're now looking to see what price wants to do here. But the initial entry for Euro USD was here. As you can see, it tapped it once, two, three different times, respected the lows, so our stop loss was never hit. That's perfect. So Euro USD will wait, right? Since we missed these entries down here, I still want to see a break above the zone. Right? We break above the zone, that's 2 days of rise, we'll catch that entry tomorrow. We'll know what we're looking at. Alright, GJ. In a lower time frame, we did get a change of character. Boom, change of character. Because we are looking for another day of drop on this one. At least I am, the way I'm seeing this right now. And the fact that it's moving super slow, we still rejected to break these highs. I still think we're in a nice downtrend here for a little bit, at least down to make a new low, right? So now I'm just looking at trends again. We had a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? At this point, right, the thing that sucks with GJ is that we have this gap over here. I'm sorry, this wick, right? So ideally we'd want to use the bottom of the wick and the top of the wick to say that we're in this zone from this top to this low. So if we were to want to look for rises, obviously for price to break out, I need to see a change of character, breakout, retest to continue going up, right? And at this point, go down to a lower time frame, and we start looking at the trend. Right, at this point, we had a change of character, which then gave us this high and this low. This low gave us a BOS, right, which happened here. And so now I'm trading between this high over here and this low over here. And what I'd be looking for is that I want to start seeing the bounces. So my two little ranges of area that I want to see, my points of interest, are going to be the last the last green candle that made the push, right? So at this point, am I going to use this candle? No, right? These are all small candles, not a lot of weight to them, right? And then I'm just going to keep looking to my left here to see which candle I can use. Now this one, right? This one is not bad, right? Because this one is really the last the last green candle, the highest green candle too, with the wick that started the push, right? So I could say this is it, but then if we look to our left, we already disrespected that candle. So now I'm just looking at what other candle can I use. I'll just use the candle from the high of the day, which is alright. Nothing wrong with that. Right, but for me, I have 2 points of interest. It's either always going to be the highest green candle of the day, right? The last green candle before the push down, or I'm sorry, the just the highest green candle right from the BOS, or it's gonna be that red candle or the last green candle before the push down. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that will be our, to look for shorts, I want to see price come back up, right? Or to look for longs, which is again what I'm looking for overall, I need to see price come back down here. Because again, the 30-minute zone. Now if we're looking at the bodies of the candles instead of just the wicks, right? We have a low, high, higher low, boom, change of character, which then gave us this high because it's not a significant pullback for us in the 30-minute time frame. Right, so now we're trading between this high and this low. Right, so price coming back down here could just be a retest of here, right, for us to continue to go up. But now you would be asking, what's my confirmation that we're gonna go up? I'm just looking at price action. Right, we had the retest, perfect. We had a high, perfect. Higher low is being set here. If we break above these highs here, we can look for continuation. Right, and if we break above these highs, then I'll really look for those continuations, continue going up. But I'll wait it out. I'm gonna wait it out today. NFP's coming up. There's today and tomorrow's gonna be a little wonky. Right, they're gonna try to trap us as much as possible. Right here we could see it with GJ. GJ just looks a little bit cleaner than or GU looks a little bit cleaner than GJ. So the first thing I'm gonna do, again, we're trading between this low and this high. You know, we're still trapped here. If we break above this, then we'll look for an entry. If not, then we'll wait patiently. Right, 5 minutes. I just want to go to the 5 minute, do the same thing I did with GJ, right? So here we have a break at the high, boom, change of character, which gave us this high and this low. Right, we still haven't broken above the high, we still haven't even reached the lows yet. Right, if we're looking at these lows, I want to see the last red candle. Right, this is the push, this is our high zone, and this is our low, this is our low zone. Last red candle, or at this point it's the lowest candle in the zone. Right, it was the candle that broke. So we're trading between these zones. If we get price to break below here, then we know we're gonna continue going down. But if we get price to bounce off of here the way it did here and just continue to go up, that'd be perfect. So recap, real quick. Let's start from AU. AU did the move already that it needed to do. EuroCAD also did the move that it needed to do already, so that was perfect. Euro, GJ, and GU, we already did that. US30. Alright, now let's look at US30. So US30 reached the daily zone, it reached the 4-hour zone, and now it's just bouncing from it. It gave you 3 opportunities to enter, to go long, right before this pullback. So let's break this down. So we had a 30-minute break. This 30-minute break gave us this high and this low. So we're still trading between the regular high and low. And so that's step number 1 to know where we're at. Step number 2, what are these boxes, right? So this is just a simple retest box that I have here for the zone, right? If price breaks above here, then my next targeted TP is going to be here, just the high of the zone, right? Until we break above here, and if we break above here, then we'll continue that trend. We also have 1 day of rise, which is good. So if today we get another day of rise, then we know what we be expecting. So still 30-minute lower low and lower highs until we get a change of character. Now if we get a change of character, perfect. You know, we'll start looking for entries a little bit more aggressively. But here's our BOS line. As you can see, it hasn't broken today. It's just been testing. We'll wait it out. We'll see how this looks later. Or probably not even later. I might not trade today. I probably won't have the time. I just wanted to turn the stream on here. So at least give you guys an update to see what price is doing, right? And we can see price is just consolidating. There's no solid movements. So and again on US on gold, I'm not looking for an entry until we break above these highs. So that was perfect. Back into the 30-minute zone to continue going on. Give you a double bottom, change of character in the neckline, retest. 200 pips if you wanted 200 pips, you could have got that. So we'll see. So right now the only ones that look good for us are these 4 on the list. So US30, I'm looking for a breakout. GU, I'm looking for either a pullback, change of character, and a breakout. GJ, I'm doing the same thing, right? I either want price come back down into the zone to then look for buys here, or I just want to see a breakout of the zone. Euro USD, same situation, right? Euro USD, we were either looking for buys here at the bottom here, but obviously I just got up. This moved at 3 in the morning, so it is what it is. So I'm either looking I was looking for these buys here, or I'm looking for a 30-minute break retest. Alright guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to start my day here. I'll be live again later, I'll either be on later if I have time, if not, and I'll be back tomorrow morning before NFP. But again, tomorrow's NFP, might not even be trading tomorrow, so um this might be the last stream for the week. Great week this week. I'll have to update the wins and losses and stuff too, so I'll hit you guys up later. Peace out. Yo guys, I don't know what the fuck happened. So I was live, and at the end of the live, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna, I'm alright. My mic is working, cool." So, I was like, "Hey, I'm going to, I'll turn the stream back on later if I see something happening in the market." I don't see anything happening yet, but I mean, I'm not really doing I'm not doing anything else, so. I'll just keep the stream on. We'll keep the vibes going. I have music going in my headphones. I have a headache, so if you notice, I don't have my headphones on. I just have them literally on top of my head, and I just have music. I just have the music coming through, but it's lo-fi music, so it's just chilling right now. Um, so so to talk about the market, right? Right now, I don't really see anything going on. Still kind of waiting. So this is the only pairs right now that I see potential moves in, which is pairs that haven't done ADR yet or STP. And I'm taking that cautiously today because we already did so good for the like we smashed our weekly goal, right? So I'm not in a rush to trade anymore because technically speaking, I'm done trading for the week, right? That's the mindset that I'm how I run my accounts. That's like my mindset behind it, right? I stay super disciplined. um and that was something I wanted to talk about yesterday, but I got home from school after the like literally I got in as soon as the live class started last night, so I was like fuck that. But I'm so disciplined to the point where it's a double-edged sword sometimes, right? Because you'll see traders that they'll have a setup and they'll take a trade that supposedly is part of their setup and they'll lose, right? And then they'll take the same setup the next day and they'll win, right? And then the next 3 days they'll win, and then they'll lose again the other time, right? And there's reasonings behind those losses, right? And I've been trading the same way. So to put it in perspective, right? Because probably people don't know this. So I got introduced to trading when I was still in high school, right? I dabbled in it a little bit, right? Like watched a little bit of videos. Um, Charts, I was on that shit every day though. Why? Because I didn't like school. I wasn't. I had a fucking computer in my class, right? Luckily, I was in the generation that we just started using fucking MacBooks and shit in school. So what the fuck you think I was doing in high school? Remember, I was a gamer. I was competing at this time. I wasn't in school learning about algebra. I wasn't, and it's hurting me now in college, but it's all good. Yeah, I was fucking watching VOD, right? Like if I had scrims the night before, I would wake up, get ready, go to school. My first class, my first period class, I switched it to be my entrepreneurship teacher, right? So the first 2 hours of my day, because homeroom is 2 hours, I was in class, right, building my business that I had for gaming, while I was doing the classwork, obviously, because that's what the entrepreneurship class was. So that was good that I had that class, right? But then, the other hour of class, when I was done doing the work, I was on my computer watching the scrims of the night before, right? The practice, taking notes, right? When I was done doing that, I'll start watching the videos for the charts and I'll look at the charts. And I remember like vividly, like I took my first trade on a demo account was sitting in that classroom, and I'll never forget that. Um, it was a loss, obviously. so, um, so I've been trading since 2017, right? But again, just dabbling in it, and I didn't start taking it serious until 2021, which is when Graduated high school, started college, had a lot more time in my hands now because I had, my schedule. College made it easier for me to do what I did in gaming and then to do what I'm doing now. So from 2021 to now, so this 2 year span, I've literally just said 2020 at the end of 2021, I said, all right, I was done with gaming because I did what I needed to do with that. I felt like I was pleased with what I was able to accomplish with that, and it allowed me to be able to say, all right, I'm gonna focus full time on trading. I had a couple months saved up of rent. Literally, bro, I was the same way I am now, right? Because I'm still learning, right? I'm still in the learning process of trading, technically. So again, I'm only 2 years in this, right? So I'm still learning a lot from the market, and every day I see that my entries, my exits, the way I view the market is just every day it just gets better and better, right? And that just comes with chart vision. But yeah, those 2 years, um, every day in the room, 16 hours notes. I have the journals here, but they're in my room. I have one journal. I have two journals here because I just started a new one this month. Because I ran out of pages on my other one. And that one I started in the beginning of this year, so it's been a long journey, right? So here we are, right? So to get back into the charts, right? Going into the daily time frame again, we've reached this daily zone. So at this point, right? If you look at the behavior of GJ, whenever GJ is getting ready to move, what does it do? It throws these crazy wicks every single time, right? Like this is nothing crazy. Like everybody's always super like, oh, look at you, USDJ. Like why? You know what I mean? Like I I don't get it because all you have to do is just change time frames and look how the market just is behaving. I have an invisible line here on my chart. What the fuck? What is that? Oh shit. Okay. My cat's going crazy. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad. It's crazy. Like yesterday, I was saying how it's dope to have cats because they don't bother you, right? Because there's days where they're just chilling, bro. Like there's days where these cats are just all day just chilling. It's like the best fucking roommates to have. And then days like today, bro, as soon as I fucking woke up, they don't fucking stop with the meows. Like, dude, I don't know what they want. Fucking chair sinking. Um, my bad, guys. I was sending a message. Well, that was long fucking message. Um, so yeah, guys. So we're going to try to lock in here. So we're going to now look at Euro USD real quick. So, well, let's go back to GJ, right? Because we're looking at the daily zone, right? So we were saying about the wicks, right? So the whole point of that story was to tell you guys, like, I've seen how the markets move, right? All of this has been marked for years, right? Obviously, TradingView is I just started using this year, but I still went back and marked, until 2019, right? But if I open up my MT4, you guys will see I have markings from fucking 2012 until now, and I'm talking about markings from the daily time frame to the 4-hour time frame to the 30-minute time frame. Every time frame, every single day from 2009 until recent, literally until now, I have markings. So that's just back testing, chart vision, like just really working on what you need to see in the market. So with that being said, the fact that we were able to tap into this daily zone, I'm not really expecting price to melt again, right? Because overall, right, once I condense the market and I start seeing this in a lower time frame, right, I still see that we're in a higher high and higher low situation, right? And the higher high, higher low um, trend is being respected, right? Because even with this wick, the candle, the bodies of the candle were still above that zone, right? So, and they were just testing candles too of the zone, right? So this is where I want to start seeing my change of character. So ideally, right, ideally for GJ, my zone now is gonna be up here, right? Ideally, I wouldn't want to take a trade on GJ until we get this change of character up here, right? Any trade down here is a very aggressive entry. Sorry. And we know that we're just going to have to follow the trend, right? So this is where the 30-minute time frame comes in, right? So here in the 30-minute time frame, what do I see, right? The thing that bugs me out is that, technically speaking, when I'm looking at my trend, I'm still looking at this high up here, which is the red box that I have up here, and the wick down here. But I also understand that the wicks, there are gaps in the market too. So, there's a chance that price is still not ready to go up, and we have to fill in the gap, which is the wick in the market, before we go up, right? But now, if price gives us a change of character, which again, I'm looking at this two ways, which is I'm looking at the bodies of the candles. So technically, if I was looking at just the bodies, right, we had this break which gave us this high and this low, right? This low was broken, right, because these lows were made, right, which was the entry for yesterday, right? These entries were yesterday because it tapped into the low, tapped into low, respected the lows, gave a change of character. Damn. I'm sorry about that, guys. God damn. All right. So, these lows are respected, and if we go down to a lower time frame, which is, when you get into your zones, you want to switch down to a 5-minute or the 1-minute time frame, and you'll start seeing the change of characters. And it was a perfect entry, but again, this was made at fucking 3 in the morning, and hashtag if you snooze you lose. And unfortunately, the move that I was waiting for was the one that I missed, and it's not the first time this week, and it's the same time. So I really got to start I gotta figure out a better sleep schedule, or I just gotta just toughen up and be able to wake up before that move. And just catch it, go to sleep, and then wake up again during NYC. I think that's maybe what I'll probably end up doing. Cause this week all the moves happened, and the reasons, like for example, the last 2 weeks I've been doing it. This week I was like, I'm not gonna really do that anymore, and this was the week that I should have done it. So again, double-edged sword type of deal. But if you catch the continuations, which we were able to do, it's all good, right? Because at the end of the day, you still have another, you still have another time session to play around with, right? So, it's never a missed opportunity. It's just when you could catch these entries, it hurts. You know what I mean? Like some people see this and they're like, oh, like whatever, it just started the trend. Like you can't really catch a move here. You want to wait for a change of character, right? Like, cool, that's good. That's a safe entry. That's the way I tell people to trade, right? But when you could catch the fucking wicks, and if you go to my page and you go through all my screenshots, you see that I'll say 80% of my entries are wick entries. Wait, wick entries. But that's because I'm able to look at the market. Like, people always ask me like, "Oh, what do you trade?" Like, "Oh, are you ICT? Are you this? Are you that?" I'm like, I'm I just trade the market. Like, I see how the market is moving. Like, I flow with the market, right? I trade what the market is giving me, right? And then I have rules on top of that, right? Which is just rules from, again, just seeing how everybody trades and just learning different strategies and seeing how different rules apply. um I'm able to see where the current trend is, right? Where the overall trend is, right? What future trends might be and how they might look, right? This music got mad loud all of a sudden. Um, so, people, like I said, people ask me what do I trade. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I just trade with the market. So again, at this point with GJ, did I get a real? Is this a real change of character? Yeah. Let's say it's a real change of character. If it is a real change of character, either way, I'm looking at two entry points. I'm either looking to enter down here again to get the same entry I would have gotten down here. I'm gonna get it again down here, right? And the reasons I think I'm getting that is just because of how the market is moving right now and the continuation, right? Again, overall GJ for me, I'm already in a downtrend pattern, right? GJ is just playing with the same way US30 is doing, right? US30 is just playing around with everybody, thinking, oh yeah, we're still in the uptrends. We're still in an overall downtrend on US30, but we are making higher highs and higher lows the same way GJ is moving, right? So when I'm putting that in perspective, right, I'm thinking about like, okay, I'm in a downtrend. Which pattern holds the most weight, right? And right now, what I see is a 372, and on the third day, it gave us a rise. So I'm really expecting today to give me a new low before we see a continuation for these rises, right? I also want to put in perspective the 4-hour zone, right? If you notice where the 4-hour zone, which was the previous low, right, was the candle that broke out and gave us that crazy wick, right? So did these candles really break the zone, or are we just still testing this 4-hour zone, right? Because if we were to really break below this 4-hour zone, right, our next zone, which we would be able to reach, would be the daily zone. So then we'd be trading between the 4-hour zone and the daily zone. But that's not the zone we're trading in because we're still testing. Because notice how if faked out traders here who thought somebody stepped on the cat, that's crazy. So you see these candles here, right? You have the testing candle, which was this red candle. This red candle closed below the zone. Then there was a green candle that failed to break below the candle. That was the real break of structure here. So because that green candle failed to break below the break of structure candle, that's not a real break. It's still testing the zone. And then you notice how the next candles were just, it kept on going up. This red candle, right? We zoom it in, right? This red candle never closed below or above. It was a no net, right? It closed in the same spot. So we're still testing the zone. And then the green candle, what happened? It faked everybody out who thought this was an engulfing red candle and didn't wait for that closure. What happened? It faked everybody out, right? Created those new lows for the week, right? And then boom, continue to go up. Closed above, testing. Then this green candle testing, this red candle testing. So it's not breaking above the zone either. So we're still trading, right? We're still trading within the original zone, right? Which is, holy shit, my bad guys. Fuck. Right? Which is still this zone down here and the 4-hour zone up here, right? Because this was the previous push. Shit, I'm zoomed in way too much. Hold on. Sorry, my eyes had to adjust for a second. So now that we know where we're trading, right? Now I understand what zones I'm in. So now I go to the 30-minute. Now that I'm aware of what zones I'm supposed to be in and how they're looking and how price is reacting, right? Now I'm going to the 30-minute and I'm just looking at price action, right? What is price doing? Again, I'm looking at the bodies of the candle. I'm ignoring the wick, right? I'm thinking about this as a gap. There's nothing here, right? Imagine this was just invisible. There's nothing here, right? What is price doing? Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. And here is making So you have lower low, lower high, boom, breakup structure, lower low, lower high. And what does this look like to, right? You had a double bottom, right? And it gave you a bullish engulfing, right? A bullish engulfing flag post. Cool. People see that and they'll start getting in here going long at these lows. But to me, why is this wrong, right? Because there's rules you have to follow. Like, right, if what you trade is a bullish engulfing flag post, if that's the pattern you trade, right, what's the rules that it needs to follow, right? Let's use our fib. Right? I'm giving out a lot of gems today. Right? I should shut the fuck up, but it's all good, bro. Because 90% of the people watching are not even taking notes. They're not gonna fucking remember this in an hour. So what are the rules for a flag post retracement, right? It's supposed to either be a 23.6 or 38.2 retracement, not a 50 or a 61.8, right? So for me, this is already an invalid flag post. I wouldn't be looking for a flag post entry, right? So now that I know that already, right? Now that I understand that rule, right? What's my next point of entry? Like, okay, now that I know that maybe it's not gonna start going up, what is price still doing? Like, okay, we start looking. We had this low, we had this high, right? Which is the external structure. We start looking at the internal structure, which is the 1 minute or the 5 minute, and we start seeing like, okay, we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. Lower high, breakup structure made a lower low, right? And look where price is trending now. It's failing to break which high, right? Price is failing to break the last green candle that made the push going down, right? Just think about that. And it made a double top. So now you're asking, hey, oh my god, a double top, you're a fucking genius. Why aren't you entering this trade, right? We're in the middle of the zone. Number one, I'm in the middle of the zone. They could do whatever they want to do here, right? And the reason they could do whatever they want to do here is because they're trapping every single trader, right? Every trader who believes that this is a double bottom, right? And this is just going to be you know, a retest of the double bottom, right? And this is going to go up and it's going to look like this, right? That's what they're giving you right now, right? That's exactly what they're giving you right now, right? If so, then let's take a step back, right? What's another? We're not gonna delete it. We're gonna move it to the side. Can we do that with this? Fuck, I moved the line. Oh man, I'm gonna go to jail. I shouldn't be teaching this. Shouldn't be talking about this. It's all good. They're gonna call the cops on me. They're like, yo, he knows too much. What the fuck did I draw? Oh yeah, my bad, bro. I'm bugging out. I'm like, my brain is so scattered. I'm thinking way too fast. So you have that, which is the double bottom retracement pullback, right? To be a retest of this zone, right? Which is this, to continue to go up, which is what it looks like it's doing, right? Not only is it doing that, it's giving you, which is the flag post pattern, which is what I was telling you, but that is invalid because I'm only looking for a flag post pattern to be a 23.6 or 38.2 retracement, not a 50, right? For it to then go up. But again, if you don't know those rules, right? Again, this is what being a disciplined trader, what I was saying is a double-edged sword, right? Because being a disciplined trader, the fact that I could see that, I'm not gonna just enter the trade because, oh, I'm gonna enter the trade, right? Like if I'm gonna enter the trade, there has to be a reason why I'm gonna enter the trade. And if the reason is invalid because there's one rule that's not being held, right? Like if I'm looking for buys, right? And price is at the bottom of the zone, but price decides to break the low of the zone. But I say, hey, price is still at the bottom of the zone, but price already broke down, meaning that it gave you a change of character, it's not gonna go up. But I decide to go in. I took a 50%, I took a 50-50 chance gamble. And I'm not in trading to gamble. This is not what trading is, right? Like this is not what this business is. And that's the way I look at the market, right? So, yo, they're making so much fucking noise out there. That's crazy, bro. So the people who are trading the patterns, right? Because at the end of the day, these are just market patterns, right? They're fuck, bro. They're giving you the signals for the entries, right? Now, if you're just a day-to-day market structure trader, right? Like I was saying, you'll have this entry, which is the 5 minute entry zone, right, on the simple retest of the 4 hour break, right, of the 4 hour retest, I should say, right. So then here's where you start going into a lower time frame and you start looking at the lower time frame moves, and you have the change of character, then you have a break of structure, and now you have the retest, right. So it's gonna be where price comes up here, right, gives you a double top, right, and we're looking at the continuations of the days, right. And the fact that we had a 372 with a day of rise, and I could be expecting a day of drop, right. There's two entry zones here. It's gonna be either this one, right, which is the internal structure, right, for us to then continue to go down, and then here is where we'll see a turnaround, if we're gonna get a turnaround, right. That's one move that they're giving us to the market, right. So that's three different moves already, right. Another move that could happen for people who are just looking at this in a day-to-day trend, right. If we're looking at the real zones, right, which is again this high and the low at the bottom, right, and this is just internal structure, we could also just be looking at this where it's gonna break above, right, and it's just gonna continue that 4 hour trend, the higher highs and higher lows, and we're just gonna continue to go up, right. So these are all the possibilities that I'm seeing in my head, right. So the fact that I could draw out, we have four different possibilities here that could happen right now, literally right now in the market, right. I condense it and I start thinking, well, okay, right, if we let the market go and we don't take no trades here, right, and we let the market breathe, we let the market do what it has to do, if price reaches our zone down here, right, perfect, right, we'll start looking for our entries here to go long. So we'll go down to a lower time frame, we'll look for a change of character, we'll look for a break of structure, we'll get in, right, boom, perfect entry. We have this entry up here and we take that shit to the fucking moon, right. So think about it pip wise, right now we're fighting, and this is GJ is a big pair, so we're not gonna say we're not fighting for a lot of cash because GJ pays out. So think about it in pip wise, right, just think about the pip value, right. So if we got an entry here, which is again a good entry, right, we're fighting for 110 pips, right. But if we're patient and we wait for the move that we know is gonna happen and we get an entry down here, right, yo, we're fighting for 316 pips, right. That's 316 pips, right. So, right, and then vice versa, right. Then you're talking about like, oh, okay, so what if it goes up? It's the same thing, right, because if it goes up and it breaks this 30-minute zone, which is, there'll be two zones, right. We'll talk about two zones, right. We're going to talk about the, again, just doing with the bodies of the candle, which would just be the break of this zone. If we break above here, it's still the same thing, right. If we break above here, we get a retest and we continue to ride this to the 4 hour. That's 166 pips. It's not bad, right. And if you were to get in here, right, you would just be getting in at the bottom of these lows. You know, if you want to get in an aggressive entry, right, speaking about it like that, like for the people who want to get in, that's 246 pips, right. So it's not even a 100 pip difference. Now it's a lot because it's 100 pips, but it's again, we're looking at the pip value, right, or the break of this high, which is the same thing, just the break of this high or retest to continue to go up, still 151 pips. So those are my entry criterias, right. It's a lot, right, it's a lot to digest and it's a lot to have to think about every single day, but it's second nature. We're human, right. Like, you know, you see people who could build, who are building shit, and it takes them fucking 2 weeks now, and motherfuckers been doing this shit for years, right. Like, this is just about how long you've been doing it, right. It's the same thing, and I love using the gaming analogy, right. It's like, right, if you take gaming seriously and you really did film work, right, like something as knowing how the spawn system works, that should be just second nature to you, right, especially if you're a player that has to rely on that heavily, right. So it's trading is the same way, and that's why I like trading, because I look at it as a game, right. This is a puzzle. I gave you, these are the pieces of the puzzle, you just have to put them together, right. You know where the puzzles, you're pretty much building a puzzle blindfolded, But if you've built the puzzle so many times that you know where the pieces have to go by just pause, but by just feeling on them, right? So it's the same way with trading, right? We see what happened in the past. It could give us hindsight and being like, okay, this is what could happen, right? And now when the market starts playing out, that's when you could start being like, oh, okay, no, we're ready to move now. And that's when you could catch the continuations. I hope that makes sense, right? Because even here in the 30 minute, again, I don't really like doing this with the internal structure in the 30 minute, but we have this high that was set and we have this low that was set. Then we have this lower high that was set and we have this lower low that was set. So technically speaking, right, this is a break of structure, right? So now, or this is a change of character, right? So now this low was set and this high was set. Notice how this high is irrespected. So if these lows are broken and it gives us a break of structure, we could always get an entry here, right? Or retest to continue to go down. That's still 50 pips, right? 50 pips is 50 pips, right? And I'm fine with that, right? But that's the moves that we need to wait for, right? The market moves, we move, right? It's just the way it goes, right? We can't be the ones to be, oh, I'm gonna enter here, and because I entered here, the market has to go up, or vice versa. Oh, I entered here, so the market has to go down. Like that's not how this works. You know what I mean? Like I feel like people don't really understand that. I had my cereal here sitting for like an hour, but then it's just soggy now. A lot of gems today, man. I like a lot of gems today. You guys, if you're not in here, man, you're snoozing. You know what? I'm gonna do something too for today. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look at something. If there's nothing else that I really want to focus on, like, I should really focus on Euro USD, right? Because Euro USD is the one to focus on, and I would be stupid to not focus on Euro USD. So if there was any pair to focus on, it would be this one. And again, I missed the entry on this one because I was talking about GJ. That's kind of fucking crazy of me, man. Fuck, it's crazy. All good. Again, there's an aggressive entry down here, so it's not really a missed opportunity, but you guys can see where the entries are. A wick entry right here, already up fucking 20 pips, right at the top of the zone, right? So ideally, this is not an entry zone anywhere, right? We want to see the break of the buff, so a break of the zone. So the problem with Euro USD is that we have NFP tomorrow. I don't want to trade a USD pair today because I understand that either they're really just gonna consolidate or they're gonna make the move today. They're gonna start the move today to finish it tomorrow, right? I don't want to get trapped. I really don't. So I don't want to trade a USD pair, right? The same situation with GU, right? Understanding that GJ might potentially still go down, even though GU now is bullish, I still think they're gonna trap traders in this zone, right? Because if GJ is gonna go down, GU is gonna follow, especially if GJ pushes down the way I think is gonna push down today, right? So again, I'm putting just the pieces together. Give me 2 seconds, guys. Let me my brain, right? When I start getting locked in, man, like holy shit, I can't do multiple things at once. I had this tweet sitting here for like 30 minutes, man. You gotta work on that, huh? And let me do this as well. Let me change the title because all I'm trading now. Well, I was gonna do that because of that. So GU is the reason why I'm not gonna trade GU. So I'm gonna turn off Euro USD and GU. And then US30, obviously same situation, right? US30 for me, I'm still bullish. Um, overall, or I'm sorry, overall I'm still bearish, right, on US30, right? But right now we're still respecting these higher highs and higher lows, and we did tap into that daily zone, right? So right now the only zone that we have that's brand new is this 4-hour zone that we just made, because the 4-hour zones kept on getting disrespected, continue to make lower lows and lower highs, right? So now this is another situation of the 372, right? But this one's a little different because US30 has gaps in the market, right? So this had one day, had a gap, reset. This had another day, gap, reset, right? So reset this day. So then we had the second day, right? The second day was good, right? At least on TradingView it doesn't have a gap, right? But it does have it here. So this is just 2 days, right? Then yesterday gave us a new low, right? The same thing that GJ is doing, right? A new low was made, gave us a rise. So today I am expecting a new low to be made, right? If that new low is made, right, it it coincides with the 4-hour time frame. It coincides with the daily time frame again, right? And this is where we'll see that turnaround, that change of character, right? And I was looking at multiple, right? Like we still have this zone up here that was never broken, right? So the highs were always respected, right? We had wicks at the top, we had the body closures right on the line, so it was nothing like a real break. It was always testing candles, right? If price would have broken above these highs, my next point of interest would have been the retest of the zone, right? And then it would have been obviously like this small change of character in the lower time frame, which is this green box. So to continue to, to continue that push up. But US30 for me looks exactly the same as GBPJPY. And again, I have this tweet sitting here for fucking 35 minutes. So let me tweet this out before I lock in. Give me 2 seconds. And let me lower this music, dude. Holy shit. Why is it so fucking loud? I feel like I'm in a spaceship. You guys probably can't hear it on OBS, but alright, yo. So it's because of this. So I'm gonna focus on GJ and US30. So because US30 is gonna do the same as GJ. I'll be detrimental to myself to not trade US30 today. My stream crash? Are we good, bro? Oh man, I don't know anymore. Okay, my fucking Discord disconnected and reconnected has been doing that shit for a few days. Yo, the reason I put my headphones in, is because I hate outside noise, man. Fucking hate it. There's not something I hate more than that. Yo, here we go. What's good? I'm fucking crazy, dude. I don't give a fuck. Alright, so um sorry guys, I'm still tweeting, bro. I'm just gonna put this in one place because I need to lock in. That's it, bro. I'm not made for this tweeting shit and posting. I just want to lock in my charts. Next thing I'm gonna do is put the music up so I can have that shit in my ear. But I'm gonna change the music. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to restart iTunes and I'm gonna put the lo-fi music on my speakers, right? So then that way I could have my music in my ears without getting copyright strikes. Alright, we're gonna fuck off on this page because it's pissing me off. I don't know what's wrong with that page. Whatever. Alright, so we're back, we're good, stream is live. Alright, so now GJ, let me put my music here, give me 2 seconds. Also, I wanna eat my food, man. I really gotta lock in, bro. I'm everywhere right now. Alright, so then I'm gonna mute this music here in my ears. Alright, so then I'm gonna come here because I don't have another choice. Alright, so locking in now. Alright, so GJ and US30 are the ones that we wanna focus on. Alright, and again, GJ, we're just waiting, right? We're either waiting for the breaks of these lows, continuation to get these lows to then get these highs, or we're waiting for these lows to get these lows to break to continue and get these lows to continue down here, or we're waiting for price to break above here. We'll get a retest continuation to continue going up. right? And then US30 will be the same thing, literally the exact same thing. Right? If US30 breaks above here, we'll catch these continuations, continue going up, right? Um, in this case, when it comes to a change of character, US30 doesn't have one yet, right? The way GJ has one, US30 doesn't have one. So US30 for me, I wouldn't be looking to catch the sells today, right? Maybe you can, right, off the breaks of the lows, right? Ideally, that would just be the breakout structure, the breakout trading. Um, but I don't really trust that style of trading, especially when it comes to US30. So if US30 doesn't give me a clean structure when it comes to anything, I'm not taking the trade. So again, my US30, I'm just waiting for it to either break the highs, we'll get in here, or I'm waiting for it to make a new low, right? Tap into the daily zone somewhere here, so then continue to go up and give us a change of character here to give us a change of character somewhere here to continue to go up. There's my only two possibilities on US30, and then obviously all these possibilities that I drew out here on GJ that I'm gonna delete now. Too much shit on my screen. So just a waiting game, guys. I almost just fucking died. Holy shit. Oh my. Yo, this is fire. I'm a little weird. Like, I was craving cereal today, and I don't like cereal, and I don't drink milk. But I was craving that shit today. So I got almond milk. I got oats that I had. I crushed up the oats, and I put them in with the cereal. And that's what I'm eating. This shit's pretty fucking gas. The bad thing is that, I was kind of talking here for 45 minutes and it was all soggy. It's still soggy. I still have more, but it's like fucking It's like mashed potatoes, man. Like I don't want to eat that right now. I'm chilling. I'll eat it later when it's more mushy. So, but I fucked that shit up though. I'm almost done with it. So yeah, guys, just waiting. It's literally just a waiting game. What do you? I don't know, bro. I got nothing else to do, man. I'm literally just sitting here. Nobody's home. Like I don't know what nobody's up to at this point. And then like at 11:30, I gotta go take my brother's girl to therapy. So if the moves happen by the time I'm fucking gone, man, I'm gonna be pissed. That's what we got alerts though. I don't want this no more. But yeah, man, I've been locked in this fucking room for many months, man. Many months. But people say like, "Oh, do you mind it?" I'm like, "Yo, I do it. I do it this way cause I can." You know what I mean? Like, not only cause I can, but like psychologically, like that's all I've been doing, right? Like, it's crazy, but somebody that I could really compare myself to that I always understood, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's weird, he's big timer," right? Like, for people who don't know, he used to game as well. He's a lot older than he. I don't want to say he's old, but he's a lot older than me. I think he's 30. I'm only 22. Shout out Big Timer, man. So, dude, this music just got loud all of a sudden. Hold on, guys. And then this music is pissing me off in the background, and this song just got too loud for me. Um, I definitely have problems. So, what was I saying? So yeah, Big Timer. So there was a point, he used to be a professional, gamer. He retired and he got into the stock market too. This probably was in, I don't remember the year. Probably like 2013, maybe 2014, maybe. Um, maybe 2015. I don't remember. It was early. It was pretty early on. It was, well, not early on, but like a couple years ago now. And well, it was when they got the new house. I don't remember. I don't remember the timeline. But just all of a sudden he went from, obviously being in content to nobody knew about him. He was just locked in the room. And it was just because he was learning how to trade, right? And it's like, I don't know if he has the same perspective that I have, right? Or maybe it's not even a perspective, it's just personality trait. It's like, bro, we spent all of our childhood on our computer fucking playing video games. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we did. Like, we competed, right? Like, we had to get home from school to get on to make sure that we're, you know we're on time for our practice, right? For our scrims. It wasn't like, we went to school and it was outside. Like, nah, for the most part, most of the gamers have, the people who compete at the high level have the same, pretty much the same story. Like, oh yeah, like I stayed up till this time and I had to rush from school to be able to practice, and like we all have the same story. Um, so to put it in perspective with trading, is the same way, right? Like, we're just so used to just being in our room, being good at something, right? Getting like being able to learn the skill that it doesn't really, like, it doesn't affect us, but it sucks. Like, it does suck after a while, especially when you get older. Like, when you're younger it doesn't matter, but when you get older it's like, all right, bro, like, come on, I need this shit to be like, I want to start looking at the sun a little bit more, you know what I mean? Like, that's literally all it is. So yeah, it's a crazy perspective to think about. Now he has a fucking wife, kid, I think. We're all getting to that age though, man. I'm getting old. Great thing about, like, the group of kids that I grew up watching, because they're all like 8, maybe 10 years older than me. Maybe, nah, I don't think they're 10 years older than me. Definitely within 6 to 8 year range. Like, I grew up watching them, right? Like, and now they're all having kids. I'm like, bro, hold on, slow it down. I don't want to be there yet, right? Because when you're younger, you're looking at them, you're like, damn, I can't wait to get that age, right? And when you're younger, time is just going by slower, right? Like, it's just going by so slow. So you think you're never gonna get to their age. Now I'm here. Now I'm here, and it's like, all right, bro, let's slow it down. Now they're having kids. Yeah, that shit's coming up. I don't want it. No thanks. That's funny. But yeah. So let's look at the chart again, right? So US30, right? Same thing again. Same is having the same behaviors and again, this isn't even a real change of character, right? The real change of character for US30. So I wouldn't even trade this today. Yeah, that's true. Is up here, right? So yeah, I'm gonna leave this alone. Right. Part of it is because we already tapped into the daily zone once, and we started tapping into the 4 hour zone 3 times, right? 4 times if we count this one here, right? So possibility that we're not gonna get that drop, huge possibility on US30, huge possibility that we don't get that drop on GJ, again, huge possibility too. But we'll see, we'll mark them up, right? Because again, they don't follow each other to the T. Right. I was just looking at the correlation on it for just a past week, and fuck, and how it's looking. So it's definitely looking identical right now. So, and they're both, again, they both reached their daily zone. They both reached the 4 hour zone. Price right now is just bouncing. Where does it want to go? Right. US30 looks like it's gonna go up. Again, it was a good call too. Again, we're either looking for a retest back into these lows, right, or we're looking for price to just continue this uptrend. Right, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, boom, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? If you want to see, these are equal highs, right? So we're trading between this low and this high, right? It went down to 78.6 retracement, right? Tapped into it too, went lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher, higher low. This is a change of character here, right? But still, I would like to see this change of character just being the break of these highs too, at the same time, right? Because if we still respect the high of the day, which ultimately is just the candle, the high candle of the zone, then we still aren't in a safe position to enter a trade. right? So for me, it's really, I really do want to see a closure above these zones here for me to enter a trade on US30 going long. Right, and then notice how that BOS is literally at the middle of where that zone is. So this BOS that could happen here could still be a fake out. So yeah, that real breakout has to be above the zone that I want to look at. I don't want to see any breaks above here. So that's my zone for US30. We'll keep looking at it. We'll look at it that way. Right. So now we understand that our internal structure, and we'll mark our internal structure to light blue. Right. We understand that our internal structure now is like this. We break below these lows, like I was saying earlier, right? If we break below these lows here, we could get a small, a small entry from here to here on US30. It's not bad, right? 132 pips is not bad on US30, right? That's if we break below these lows. Now, if we break above these highs we'll be targeting. Our first target will be here at 100 pips, which is just the first BOS, the retest of the BOS, right? Second, well, the first one should be STP, so 242, right? So I mean, it's right on spot, right? So STP and where our first targeted entry or our first targeted TP should be is still at the previous BOS. So that's gonna be our first targeted if price breaks above here. Now GJ is a little different because GJ in the internal structure had a change of character in a BOS. So for me to enter GJ, I wouldn't want to see just a break of a simple high. I need to see a break of the structure, the entire structure. So if this happens today, then I'm not getting an entry today for GJ. I'm waiting for the retest to continue going up. And we'll most likely get that tomorrow, right? Because that'll be a 372 and an uptrend, which is where we are, right? That 372 will start if we break above these highs, right? But until then, I'm still not looking at this as like a first day of rise technically. And again, we'll see how this plays out, right? It's 9:30 already. Wow, I didn't even fucking notice. It's 9:39. So 9:30 candle open, no volume. Right? Remember what I was saying earlier. We have NFP coming in tomorrow. Right? So what are the possibilities? We're either gonna get something's gonna pop, right, to be a continuation for the trend for tomorrow, or price is just gonna consolidate. So today's one of those days. 10:30, I'm done, right? And again, we'll look at the news. I think there was news at 10 today, right? CAD news at 10. So imagine there was news at 8:30 in the morning. I even forgot about that, and we were here. Nothing happened with 8:30 news. Again, and I called this out yesterday because even somebody was like, "Oh, there's news tomorrow. Watch out! Like, it's unemployment claims before NFP. Nothing is gonna happen, right?" So, the bad thing about this, right? We have news coming in now at 10, so we'll wait until 10:30. We'll see how 10 o'clock reacts. The bad thing about this is pretty much the same thing that happened yesterday, which is there's a huge possibility that price is just waiting to start moving at the end of the day. Now, why would they do that? Is to start trapping traders who are getting ready to trade the news, right? Think about the psychological effect on that. You woke up today knowing it's Thursday, knowing that tomorrow is a very important day. You got no trade today, right? So if you get no trade today and you got to set up at the end of the day, you're like, holy shit, it's the end of the day. I'm going to get into this entry because it's the start of the session, right? And the psychology behind that is you think you have the best entry opportunity to hold for the news, right? Because a lot of the people who trade with news, they're like, oh, the news just follows the trend, which again isn't necessarily wrong, but is not correct 100% of the time. Because if that was the case, everybody would be millionaires. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. So if you wait, right? If we get an entry, if we don't get an entry today and we wait for whatever it has to do today, right? And to give you the example, US30. If today ends on a rise, right, and it ends with a rise with a pullback, And US30 again is an NYC session pair. So I'm not looking at US30 during Asia or London. I'm looking at this strictly during NYC. Now, if US30 moves before NYC, it is what it is, right? But it shouldn't. So US30, by the time we wake up, right, at that point when the market already had, the market already had 16 hours, right? 16 hours to move from 5 to 9 in the morning, from 5 p.m. to 9, right? 16 hours, right? Don't quote me on that. I'm not good with math. I literally just said that earlier on the stream. I was not focusing on school. I was focusing on pips. Not the same. So, fucking where was I? I'm a fucking clown right now. Damn, bro, I lost my train of thought because I just went off topic for no reason. Crazy. Yo, that's really crazy. You know what's a good thing? We're streaming. Just go back and listen to our own thoughts. What happened yesterday? Oh, you're a smart guy. About the psychological effect on that. Think about that, guys. You woke up today knowing it's Thursday, knowing that tomorrow's a very important day. You got no trade today, right? So if you get no trade today and you get a setup at the end of the day, you're like, holy shit, it's the end of the day. I'm gonna get into this entry because it's just. I talk like that. The people who trade no wonder I got wrong. Entry today, and we wait for ends on a rise, and at this right at and we wait for shit. That's to add whatever it has to do today, right? And to give you the example, US30. If today ends on a rise, right, and it ends with a rise with a pullback, and US30. Okay, cool. I got it. So if you got 2 days of rise, right? If today ends with a rise pullback, right, and it still ends with the day of rise, meaning that we're still above the opening candle. So if price does something like this, right, gave us market opened here, so we'll mark it like this, right? Gave us 1 day, right? Let's say we get the bounce off this zone here. Well, let's even say we get the bounce off this zone. Well, no, because we want to end on a second day, right? So let's say we get the bounce off of here. Because again, why are we in the zone down here, right? Because in an internal structure we had the higher high that was broken, higher low, so we're trading between this high and this low. So internal structure, this is our internal structure. If price respects this low and gives a change of character, right, we could potentially look for an entry here to continue to go up, right, and it'll give us the second day of rise, right? Price will end here, right? Well, not price, but price when it pushes up, to hit our TP, price will end somewhere here. It'll give us a pullback at the end of the day, right? And now during NYC is where we'll start looking for entries, right? Before NFP hits, right? We want to show up an hour before NFP to see if we could look for an entry opportunity, if we have one, right? If we don't have one, we wait for news to hit, boom, right? We'll look for, the internal changes of character, breakup structures, right? That will be like our aggressive entries before news, right? Or we wait till after news, where it's the safe entry, which is the break of the highs, for it to continue to come down, give us a retest after the news hits, a few minutes after news, to then continue to go up and follow the trend, right? And follow the trend into the 4-hour zone, which is all the way up here, right? So hope that makes sense. That's the move that we're waiting for. Where's my music, man? I gotta get in the vibes. I'm moving at an unstoppable pace. Shit, I see ghosts when I sleep. Yo, I'm doing good, my brother. How are you, Kiro? Welcome to the stream. My bad, bro. I got up to fucking cow was going crazy, man. I had to like talk to her, bro. I'm like, yo, you good? She was like, yeah, I'm alright. Like, what the fuck you doing? She said, nothing. I just want to bother you. So here we are. My chair is sinking. I was comfortable. I had to get up to go tend to that bullshit. Now I'm not comfortable again. It's gonna continue to sink. Your cat's personality is wilder than a human? Yeah, bro. Shit's crazy. I'm gonna be popping a whoa, 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 whoa. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that out loud. I almost said that out loud. It's gonna be a huge pause. But yeah, man, I'm doing good. You take any trades today? Anything that you saw on the market? What are we looking at? I just gave like a 45-minute explanation of these two charts. Um, but I'll break it down to you pretty quickly. So we're just focusing today on US30 and GJ. I'm sorry, US30. There's two possibilities here that I was looking at, right? So the first possibility was gonna be that we're gonna be trading within the internal structure. So respecting these higher highs and higher lows, right? So we're gonna get a retest back into here to continue to go up, right? We're either gonna see that happen or we're gonna see price break above here to continue to go up, right? So that's what I'm looking for. And then for GJ, I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for four things. There's four different opportunities, but two different either buys or sells. So long term right now, right, I'm still seeing higher highs and higher lows to continue to go up at least into this 4-hour zone up here, right? But internal structure, like what we could see on a day-to-day basis, I could still see the market trying to push off these highs here, right? And then this is where we'll see this double top that's happening to continue to go down into this zone down here, right? And then NFP tomorrow, or we're gonna start seeing the price from down here push all the way to the top. That's what I could see in the market, right? Or, right, we're gonna continue these downtrend pushes, right? Because this is the 4-hour zone. So if price today breaks below this 4-hour zone and really gives us a nice clean break, right? Because it gave us a nice break here, right? Boom, break. This is just the retest of that zone, right? So this could just be that continuation to continue going down. Like literally, like the way I broke down GJ in the beginning of the stream, if you have time to go back and watch it, like both for GJ and US30, if you go back and you watch it, bro, perfect explanations. Like the way you're supposed to view the market, like that was a perfect example of what I was doing today. So but we're playing it patiently, right? Because what I was saying earlier is I could see this going both ways, right? Yeah, I see a double bottom here. I see that this could be a retracement, a pullback to test the zone to continue to go up, right? I also see that this could be a flag post, right? A bullish flag post. But I also went into detail as to why this is an invalid flag post. I also see the fact that we have just a change of character for people who just do price action, right? Lower low, lower high, higher low, boom, change of character, higher high. This is just gonna be a retracement, right? So, US30 is gonna take some time to show us some signs. Yeah, so US30 is getting ready though, right? If US30, all we're waiting for on US30 is to break above these highs, right? For us to be a valid buy, it was either here at the bottom or the break of these highs. If they break above these highs, we're definitely gonna continue to go up, no doubt. I'll go back out the stream. How long ago was the explanation? It was literally like the beginning of the stream. So, well, no, I'm not. No, not the beginning of the stream because this stream never turned off. So it says I've been streaming, or maybe says 3 hours ago, but this only hasn't. I'll go back. Let me see. See, I was talking about my cats again. It's crazy. Um, the explanation starts an hour at an hour 9 seconds 30 an hour 9 minutes and 33 seconds back. The timestamp is 109 109.50 is the timestamp for that. Cat, now you're on the table? Let me make space for her. It's been a minute that she hasn't been up here. It's because I have all this shit here. Here you go, kitty cat. You could sit there now. No, not on me, on the table, bro, please. Or actually, if you want to sit on me, I guess. That doesn't sound the best. It's not the best sentence to say out loud. Okay, please stop touching the keyboard with your tail. You're gonna make shit disappear. I have to pass the brush on you. You have a lot of fur. It's getting to that season where your coat is falling a lot. Getting a new one though. You're looking very full on your coat. Hey. Hey, bro. That sentence out of context is quite something. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We have to watch what we say sometimes. You know what I mean? Yeah, she just wanted attention. She's literally just here. I wish you guys could see this. She's enjoying it a lot. Alright, so. Hey, mama. Hey, pretty girl. Hey, hey. Don't bite my fingers. I don't like that shit. It's dope though. Like, she won't lick me if, like, if she gets overstimulated, yeah, she'll do it. But, like, she knows I don't like it, so she doesn't do it. Everybody else, yeah, like, if they start petting her, she'll just start just licking. Just like a fucking dog, man. I swear to God, this cat is a dog. And, dude, my hand is cramped up, bro. Fuck, man. I have to start icing my hands. Damn, bro, that shit's chalked. Alright, so again, US30, same thing, right? US30, we're just waiting. GJ is the one I'm gonna keep an eye on, because again, external structure, yeah, we are trading between the zone, but we're setting the highs and lows, right? So then we have a lower high, boom, change of character, lower low, right? Again, lower high, right? I want to see this. I'm actually gonna change this from 1 minute. I'm gonna change this and I'm gonna name it a change. Well, no, I'm going to. What am I gonna do? I'm going to change this to middle, bottom center, and I'm gonna name this change of character. Right, so I know that I'm looking at a different line. Right, that was the change of character, and I'm gonna, instead of putting it, oh no, we'll put it at the wick. Can you not? right? And this will be our BOS. She just slapped me. I don't know if you guys like. She did it really quick. I don't know if you guys saw that. Bottom center, right? Are you gonna slap me again? Oh, it's because she's playing with the string on my hoodie. Hello, mama. Hello, mama. Hello. She's like, I can't slap you, but you could just grab my face. Like, yeah, yeah, I can. I'm human. I could do what I want. That's funny. You're so funny, mama. Alright. Yeah, man, we'll just wait, man. We'll just wait. There's nothing else we could do. There's nothing more we could do. We could just wait. You know? Literally. Ow. Waiting game is part of it. Yeah. Nothing we could do about it. Yo, my fucking hand hurts, yo. The new game's about to come. Well, the beta for the game starts tomorrow, so um, I have quizzes today and tomorrow. Thankfully, they're all online. So as soon as I'm done trading, I'm gonna finish that quiz, and I think the beta should start at like 1 p.m. or 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. So in the afternoon, and I'm gonna be streaming that all weekend. Oh no, I can't even stream it because it's on PS5 this weekend, and I'm not gonna be playing it all day because it's on PS5 all weekend. For the new Call of Duty game, for Modern Warfare 3. But next weekend, like when it comes out, when they turn on the servers for the players on PC, that I'm gonna be streaming that all day. So they milking, yeah. But there's nothing new though. They've done that for a few years now. Like 2015, I think was the first one. And you're losing a lot of hair, man. Like a lot of fur, and it's pissing me off because it's getting on me. I'm breathing it in. It's falling all on the floor, so now I have to vacuum the floor today. I gotta pass the brush because you're losing a lot of hair or fur or whatever it is that you have on your body. Same thing. This is probably why you're meowing so much. But now instead of doing it fucking twice a week, I'm gonna have to do it 4 times a week. Because you guys are so high maintenance. I don't know where you guys get that from. Why are you guys so bougie? It's just your personality? Like, dude, because I'm not. Uh huh. back. I'm sorry, guys. Hello. Brandon. Brandon. Alright. Now I'm chilling. Now I got the music in the background. Now I'm in a chill mode. My hand is fucking hurting though. Yo, I'm gonna be pissed, bro. Like I had issues with my hands. I really gotta go see a doctor. I had issues with my hands, so another reason it wasn't a factor at all. Like, cause I just started having these issues again. So again, it wasn't a factor at all, but it was part of my decision. I started developing, like, my hands just started shaking. I have a video of it. Just like randomly, I was just anytime I would open my hand, like you could still see it now. Like, let me see if I can capture it on the webcam. Like, I don't think it can on this webcam, but I open my hand like this, right, just slightly, and I feel pain all here. This is what I feel right now, right? My hands right now when I'm opening it, they're not shaking, but a little bit, like the slight. But that's I always had that. But so yeah, like randomly, my hands were just shaking like hard, like trembling hard. Anytime I do any type of pressure on it, so like anytime I try to move my wrist, like my hand was shot one day. And yeah, I decided that was another factor that played into it. And like I don't play as much at all now. Like the last time I played was a week ago. Before that I played maybe like a month ago. I went on a nice little like month streak where I played almost every day. Trying to get back into it, but I couldn't. Like I think I think the biggest factor was the game is horrible. Like there's really nothing to play for right now. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully the game tomorrow I'll be able to play it. Um, if it's good, then I'm excited for next weekend so I could play it on my so I could play it on my PC as well and play it on my controller and stuff like that I'm used to, because I'm not used to playing on the PS5. Check your heart rate in that scenario. Yeah, I have a heart rate monitor. But it has nothing to do with that. Everything, like when it comes to my health, when it comes to all of that, last time I was checked I was fine, and in this happened. That's why I went to the doctor was before that happened, and I was good. So I know it has nothing to do with like any internal damages or body or anything like that. I know that for a fact. Like I know that for a fact. Um, but I definitely think it's a nerve. I think I have a pinched. It might be a pinched nerve. Um, for a while because of how the pain was and how it started developing, especially around like this area of my hand. Um, carpal tunnel crossed my mind that it could be, and it would make sense again, bro. Like I've years gaming, you know what I mean? Like in controller position, like I don't even have a controller I could grab. I do have one. Let me see if I could grab it without dropping it, because I got the kitty on me. So like the good thing is that when I started gaming, right? When I first started gaming when I was young, but that was like I'm not gonna talk about the first 2 years of my life, right? But um, you know, controller companies in 2011, which was Scuff at the time. Well, first it was Evil Controllers, but Scuff was the one that made the innovative controllers. It's not even fun anymore, honestly, for me. Main reason being I stopped being competitive, and that's just tried to enjoy games with friends, but shit just keeps making me uncomfortable, angry. No, I agree. I'm the same way. That's why I don't enjoy it. Um, you know me. Like we were talking about this the other stream, right? Like I'm a very competitive person, right? So for me, having that competitive nature and using gaming to satisfy that competitive nature that I have, it ruined the fun for the games. So literally, like the only times I have fun playing is either when I'm playing for money or if I'm competing against you. Like if we're in a scrim, we're practicing against each other, we're getting ready for an event, we fly out to the event, like that's for me, that's what's fun when it comes to the video games. But when I'm playing in a regular like multiplayer lobby, bro, like get me out of there. Like nobody knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? It's all fucking regular people who just want to play and pass their time. Like that's not what I play for, right? Like at the time, I played to get better and win, so then I could, be the best player I could be. Um, and I don't need to do that now. So for me to get on and just play the game to just pass time, like I don't have time for that. You know what I mean? Like that's not part of my schedule. So like holding the controller like this all day for fucking 14 years, it fucking sucks, right? Even though now, like I said, the innovative controllers, they got the back buttons. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but there's just buttons here that instead of having to move, my fingers from the buttons to the thumbsticks, like I just click the buttons back here with my fingers and shit. So I never stressed my hands that much as a regular player would be. Like for example, for the people who hold their controllers, with like I can't even fucking show you guys. Like I'm a meathead. Hold on. People who hold their controllers like this with their fingers like this, right? That shit fucks up your wrist. When you hold the controller like that, it's like it's not good. And I never did that. I did that for maybe a year before the controllers came out. Um, that sounds exciting, but normal lobby is boring as hell. It's too dry. No story to it, no spice to it. Yeah, exactly. So that's the difference. Like I don't play video games even for the story or anything like that. Like I could play a good campaign, right? When it comes to those like Call of Duty, I've played the campaigns for Call of Duty. I played the campaigns for Halo, Gears of War, but I never got into those like open world games. You know what I mean? Those storytelling games like fucking Diablo or uh the Fables, Elder Scroll. All those games that are, a lot of the gamers say is really good, but those are, for that genre of a game. But I never got into those. BioShock, Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption was boring as fuck. I remember I got that shit as a gift for one of my birthdays, and I was like, wow, this is horrible. I don't mean a story, but like something you can keep as a memory and something you can work on, which you can remind yourself later. I got you. Yeah. Okay. I see what you mean. Fucking hand hurts, man. It hurts a lot. Alright, so US30, right? 930 hit, nothing happened, right? Faked out all the traders who thought this was gonna continue to go up, right? Went right back down with the red candle, right? Right now it's just trapping traders, collecting contracts, accumulating contracts, getting ready for tomorrow, right? It's getting ready to pop, right? Just imagine it like a bag of a basket of cash, right? Before they could throw out money, right? Before they could do anything, they have to fill up that bag with money, right? Because right now, just think about it, right? At this point, all the money that they had, boom, they flushed it, right? So the only way they could go up in value, right, is to start collecting cash, right? So everybody who thought price was gonna continue to go down here, boom, you got stopped out, right? The people who thought this was gonna continue to go up because your sales got stopped, boom, you got stopped out, right? For the people who thought these sales were gonna continue to go because these were engulfing red candles, boom, you got stopped out. It continued to go up. So they're just collecting contracts right now, right? They're collecting contracts to then be able to really make the moves and explode to the top, right? The same way they're doing here, right? At one point, before this huge drop, right? What happened? They were accumulating contracts, right? Accumulating contracts, making everybody believe that this was going to continue to go up, making believe that this was the entire trend to continue going up, right? And then what happened? It continued to go down. And everybody thought that this was going to be a retracement to continue to go up. Boom, you got stopped out, right? Double bottom, right? After they collected all this cash, they dumped it right back. They accumulated contracts, making everybody believe it was going to continue to go up. Boom, they accumulated the contracts. Boom, they dumped it right back. Right, same thing here. Everybody believed that this was going to continue to go up. Boom, dumped it right back. Right, dumped it all the way down. Right, accumulated contracts again here in the same cycle to continue to go down. Right, everybody who thought that this was the day that price was going to go up, which was the day that our friends on the YouTube lost a lot of cash. After this breakout, everybody thought this was going to be an engulfing green candle to continue to go up, accumulated contracts, and boom, they dumped everybody out. Right? So we're in that same situation right now. So we're just, it's like I said earlier, it's just a waiting game.
Right? We're waiting for the right setup. We're waiting for the right opportunity. Waiting for the right time. Right? If the market doesn't give you, if the market doesn't give you an entry opportunity, because that's another rule that you should have. Like when you're trading, like, all right, cool. You know how to look at the market, but what's your entry opportunity? Right? What are your goals? Right? If price gets there, are you looking to enter? If yes, then why yes? If not, then why not? You know what I mean? So that's the way you have to internalize the market. Right? Same as GJ, right? GJ gave us beautiful entries today, right? But why we didn't take it was because again we're in the middle of the zone, right? They could use this as a fake out to continue to go up, right? To trap traders like me who think that price is gonna go down, right? But the difference is I'm not chasing that trade, right? I'm waiting for the confirmation, right? And for me, that confirmation is gonna be after the break of structure, right? Because we got the change of character, and now I'm waiting for a confirmation, which is the break of structure. Once we get this break of structure, then I'll be able to get in to go down, right? Or vice versa, right? For me to get in going long, I need to look. I need to see this high being broken. I'm not getting in here at the bottom to go long, right? Because they could just break and go down, right? I'm not getting in on breaks here because look how many times it faked you out, right? So it's just trading in the zone, right? Waiting for the confirmations, right? If this happens, then you look for the entry. If it doesn't happen, then you let it go, right? You wait for the rules. Understood? Good. So Euro USD is pushing, cool. US30 is pushing up, and GJ is still in the same spot. So remember what we said earlier about Euro USD, right? Reasons why I didn't really want to look at Euro USD was the the amount, right? The amount of pips in accordance to where the move is gonna happen and what time, right? It just didn't make sense. Right? Remember last night this was a small entry that we caught, right? Back into the zone to go back right into the zone at 23 pips. Right? Everything else after this, I wanted to see price give me the continuation to continue going up. Now the fact that price stopped here and never broke above, it was just testing. I got out as soon as I saw the first engulfing red candle in the lower time frame. Right? So secured 23 pips before this push back down. Now you would say, why didn't you re-enter again here since it went off the lows? Right? It was because we already rejected these highs multiple times. Right? So we already knew that there was a possibility that if we were to break these lows, which again we never did, it was always respected, even with this candle, right? Like if we would have been looking at this and we saw that this wick just tapped the zone again and it closed above, we could have looked for another entry here at the retest. Right? So technically speaking, we could have gotten an entry here. Right? This would have been the confirmation that price is not gonna go back down again. Right? But the safest entry, right? I know that rule, but I also understand that the safest entry for us is going to be at the break of these highs. It's going to be at the break of the 30-minute high, and it's going to be the break of the daily high. Right? And this 30-minute high, this is good. We got a wick. So now the change of character happened. Retest, right? This was a clean retest compared to how GJ and the other ones look, right? And now we got a break of structure. So now after this break of structure, now this is where we could start looking for entry opportunities. So so yeah, after now that we got this simple 30-minute break of structure, which is the wick, right? I still want to see price close above, right? My confirmation, the only confirmation I'm still missing is for a closure above. Right? It's 10:29, we got a minute left. Let's see. Let's turn this one back on real quick. Just so we could keep an eye on it. GJ still in the same spot. US30 again, just testing the highs again. So now boom, Euro USD. Same thing it did last night, right? Still testing the zone. No breaks yet. This green candle is testing. This red candle is testing. This green candle here is a testing candle. This red one that just opened is a testing candle too, right? Because it went right back into the zone. So none of these candles are ready to move yet. So we're still waiting. Right? Still waiting. Now, right? We could argue and we could say, okay, now that we know that we had this 30-minute break, which we did get a 30-minute, right? The 30-minute tap is a 30-minute break. Right? At this point, now I'm changing my 30-minute zone, right? Because now, right, I wanna focus on two main points now, right? Which one of the points is gonna be, all right, we're trading. My bad. So we're trading between this zone now, right? Which is this low and whatever high is being set, right? So now we could argue and say, okay, are we gonna start using? Are we just gonna focus on this zone down here, right, for a retest, or are we gonna focus on a zone, on a smaller zone, right? Are we gonna focus on the zone that's down here at the low of where the trend started? Right? And that's a good question because price could always come back down to down here again and retest. But because we are in the daily zone and because we are in a daily and a 4-hour zone, I don't believe we're going to get this steep of a pullback. Right? I believe that our move and our entry was given already. I believe that this candle, this break, and this pullback, this is the entry that we should have gotten here to continue going up. Right, and we'll test it. right, we'll test the theory out. So the position for this, right, an aggressive entry position for this, I'm looking at the low red candle, right? The fact that there's a huge candle, I'm not going to use all of it. I'm just going to use the body, these last two candles, and where the wicks meet, right, which is here, right? So this is why this entry is here. At this point, we'd be using this stop loss. We could either use a we could use a tight stop loss at right below the zone at 7 pips, or we could use the low of the zone, which would be, we could condense it to down here right at 10 pips. We could put 10 pips, 11 pips. Right. Again, this isn't a live trade that I took. I'm just testing this entry out. Right, so let's go back to GJ. I just want to see where candles are. Right, GJ again, fake out of the lows. Right, so seeing what you see how price right now is just, it's just playing around. US30 doing the same thing. Right, US30 doing the same thing. So we'll go back and forth. I'll be eating, so we'll be quiet on the chat for a quick minute. All right, no problem. How's gold looking? We'll look at it now. Gold is still in the same zone, right? Gold is a funny one, right? Because gold is thank you for even calling this out, right? The reason I say gold is a funny one because gold is one that I want to look at. To go back into this zone, and this is where we want to start looking for buys again. Right, to get a little retracement, to get a pullback. Yeah, my allergies are going crazy. Yo, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. My bad, bro. I'm back. I had to fucking wash my face. I had like a lot of the cat's fur on me. I passed the lint roller. When's the NFP is tomorrow. Tomorrow in the morning. So, remember what I was saying about Euro USD, right? Why wouldn't I have taken this trade? Remember I said we were testing it, so we could test exactly what I was saying, right? Is because we still haven't broken this high. We're still testing it. So there's still gonna be trapping traders. Remember, today is Thursday, right? It's the first Thursday of the month, right? The Thursday before NFP. Again, their goal today is to trap everybody. Their goal today is to make as much money as possible before tomorrow. Right? That's their goal. That's what their plan is today. And that's exactly what they're doing. It's exactly what they're doing. Right, GJ still chilling. GJ is still chilling. Moving where it needs to move. Again, US30 doing the same thing. Still moving the way it needs to move. US30, again, if we get into this zone, we'll start going into a lower time frame. So I need to start. So I got 2 and 2. So I'll focus on US30 and gold on this on that one, and then Euro and GJ on this one. So Euro, nothing for now to keep an eye on, right? We're still looking for that break out of the top. Right, GJ again, nothing for this one. We're still waiting for the break above the low here. So now gold and US30 are the ones that are looking like they're ready to start for an entry now here soon. Right, so the main one I'll be focusing on US30, right? Because right now that's the one that's moving the quickest. Right, and GJ, what I'm looking for on GJ, just so we're clear, we could look for an entry here, but I'm looking for one down here. The real move that I'm looking for is the one down here. Alright, I can't move it, but you guys get what I'm saying. Alright. Oh, it's because I locked it, I think. So US30, let's see. Again, why am I looking for US30 buys here? Because internal structure, right? Internal structure, we had a change of character. Boom. Right, then we had a BOS. Alright, so we have push 1, push 2, right? Same high. We're looking for that push 3. So we could say that this is a bullish, that bullish engulfing, right? The engulfing move of the 5-minute structure zone. And we're just looking for a pullback, right? A nice pullback into the zone. And what's our zone is going to be that last low, that previous low, that made that 5-minute push. And because right now it's respecting it, right? This is the last green candle before the push down. It respected those highs. Right? We're expecting a pullback from this zone. Once we got the pullback from this zone, which is what we're getting now, right, I want to see price tap in here. And it rejected these lows multiple times today. So we'll see. We'll see if we can get a cool entry on this today. What level is that on US30? What do you mean by what level? Like what zone of the trade we're in? Right now we're just in peak high territory. If that's what you mean. Like we're just in the peak high of wherever US30 is at. If you're talking about like pushes. Horizontal level? I don't think I understand the question. If this is what you mean, we're at the bottom of the daily zone. Right, we're at the bottom of the daily zone and we're at the bottom of where the 4-hour zone started. Oh, the level I'm looking for an entry. Gotcha. I'm looking for an entry when price gets to on US30 on 32956. right? Either an entry there, or we're gonna get an entry from the low, which is just gonna be um, a 372 variation, right? Which could be it. So if these lows get disrespected and broken, right? If price decides to break through this, then I'm looking for price to bounce back from the 30-minute zone, the 30-minute low, which is here. Wouldn't a lower level be better? Yeah. So that's what I was just saying now, right? Because there's two entry zones here, right? The first one, which is the most safest one, would be the pull back into the lows into the 30-minute zone. The reason for that is because not only is that where market structure is at, right? But that's also where the continuations for the days look like it's doing. Right, we had 1 day of drop, 2 days of drop, third day of drop, rise. I would be expecting another day of drop today. So if that's the case, then yes, I am expecting price to pull down to 32819, right? But again, understanding that there's news tomorrow, understanding that there's gaps in the market, I also see the internal 5-minute structure, right? But that's why I'm waiting for these zones, right? This zone here, this entry, the first one, is a super aggressive entry, right? Because we understand that if we get into this entry, we know that our stop loss could get hit. But that's why the stop loss is always super tight, right? Because all it has to do is just break below these lows, and that's like literally a 3 to 5 pip stop loss. Well, US30, so it's 30. It's about a 20 to 30 pip stop loss, right? And if it breaks below these lows, then we understand that we could catch an entry here to go down here, right? And then once we're here, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to look for a change of character, right, to then continue to go up. Or if price continues to go down, then we understand price is just going to continue to trend going down. But right now we're in the middle of the zone, so there's no entry here, right? Because of that, because we could see that there's multiple things that could happen. Break of the high, then a retest entry seems better on your USD. Yeah, that's exactly what we're waiting for. And that's what I was saying. Like, this entry here is an aggressive entry, right? Because we still haven't broken out of these highs yet. We haven't broken out of the daily high, and we haven't broken out of the 30-minute high yet, right? The only thing that we did on this 30-minute high, we just did tap it. So technically, we are still trading. We are now trading between this high and this low. So now that we did have that, now it's just an aggressive entry, right? Where we could start looking for multiple entry opportunities, which is the first one is going to be, okay, maybe we could get a 50% retracement, right? And if that's the case, right, a 50% retracement is down to here. And have we gotten there? No. We're still missing a few pips. We're missing a few pips, right? We reached a 38.2, right? Which then the 38.2 lines up with the entry zone, right? With the last red, the lowest red candle, right, before the push. But the bottom of the zone equals down to the bottom of that 50% of the 50% Fibonacci, right? So still a valid entry, right? A early entry here is still valid, right? Because you'll have a stop loss below the zone anyway. Again, you'll be risking literally 14 pips here with this entry, right? But with the most valid entry, the safest entry right now, right, which is still an aggressive entry, would be an entry on the 50% retracement. Right? Then in this case, instead of risking 14 pips, right, you'll be risking six to 7 pips, which we could condense it to this. Yeah, so you'll be risking 6 pips. Hope that makes sense. GJ now is again rejected these lows, right? We're looking at internal structure. We had a high, right? That was broken. Then gave us this low, right? So now we're trading between this low and this high. The last red candle is here. Look how many times we tapped into that red candle in the internal structure. Right? We tapped it twice. Right? Price wanted to come down to it again here with this green candle. We never got back down to it. Right now it looks like they're giving us a double bottom. So you see how like right now they're allowing everybody to see what they want to see. Right? Literally, they're allowing everybody to see what they want to see. If you want to go for shorts, here's a double top. Right? Here's a double top with the rejection wicks. You want to go long, here's a double bottom with the rejection wicks. So still gotta wait it out. US30 and gold doing the same exact thing. Right? Wicking the people out at the bottom, trapping those traders who think we're gonna continue to go down, and it's just the wicks of the zone. Higher low, waiting to see how this candle closes. So we shall see, because you know what we shall do, we shall see. We shall see, we shall see. So again, being able to internalize. So last night there was the entry from last night, right? The biggest thing with the entries from last night was, yo, my bad. Let me mute up real quick. Give me 2 seconds. The only bad Well, okay, so this is why I don't like trading Asia session, right? There's not a blueprint. There's not enough of a blueprint for me to feel comfortable taking and holding a trade from Asia session to NYC, right? And the reason I say that, right? Again, it's always a double-edged sword, and it's always depending on where you're at in the zone. Nice pullback or break of the highs here. Yep. Here, this candle right now, this 30-minute candle, if it closes above, so people are always saying like, and I explained this earlier in the stream too. So like I said, yo, today's stream, if you have the time to just go back and rewatch the stream and take notes, bro. If you notice, right, what are testing candles and how would a break of structure look like in the zone, right? This isn't how price is acting right now. If price were to close right now, how it's closing right now, this would be a break of structure. Why would it be a break of structure, right? Let's go back to the basics, right? This green candle here that went above the zone, did it close above the zone? No, that's a testing candle. This green candle, did it close above the zone? No, it's a testing candle. The red candle, did it close above the zone? Did it close above the green candle? No, it closed right on the green candle and closed below the zone. The next red candle, below the zone. The next green candle, on the zone, right below the zone, but also touching it. The next green candle, it closed below the zone with the wick at the top, right? Still a testing candle. The next candle, again, closed below the candle and closed testing, 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 testing. None of these candles closed above one another, right? Compared to how this green candle closed above this green candle, but the first green candle was a test and the second green candle was a test, right? So now let's compare it to here, right? This green candle is a test, this red candle is a test, and they closed on the same, they just closed below each other, right? This green candle is a test, this red candle is a test, again they closed below each other. This green candle, right, is testing the zone, but it's a breakout because it closed above the previous testing candles. So if we go down to a lower time frame and we go into the 1 minute, right, how does this look? Right, you're gonna see that price gave you a triple top, right, equal highs, right? Now it looks the same here, quad for four different highs here, right? But now what's the difference in the 30-minute time frame, which is what would be the difference here in the 1 minute time frame, right? Is we have, well, there's two things to look at, right? Again, the 30-minute, we have this breakout candle, and now we have this green candle that's still testing the zone, but it's an engulfing green candle that looks like it's gonna close above this green candle. So if this one closes above this one, that'll be the breakout, and all we're looking for is for the next candle to be a retest of the zone to then continue to go up, right? And in the 1 minute time frame, how you would break that down would be a high, low, equal high, lower low, right? So if you were looking for shorts, you're looking for, okay, boom, you have a change of character. So now you have a lower low, boom, equal high. All right, cool. Not a break of structure, nothing. We're still following that same, looking for a break of structure to look for sells here, right? Higher low, now, right, waiting for that 30-minute candle to close. This would be considered a higher high if obviously if the candle closes above. But if you see, if the candle still closes here, all of these candles are still testing, 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 right? It wasn't until this green candle that finally closed above, right? But again, this is the 1 minute time frame. We want to confirm that in the 30, right? But you see how the 1 minute now is giving us the confirmation, like, hey, get ready to look for an entry if we close above the zone in the 30-minute time frame, right? Because as easy as the 1 minute looks like this could be a breakout, this could still be a test, right? Because this is the first candle that broke. So now the next candle has to be that confirmation, right? Because it was green test, red test, green test, red test, green test, right? Green breakout test. And you see how price is coming right back down and it closed in the same exact spot. So now let's go back to the 30-minute and let's look how this wants to close in the next minute and a half, or minute and 7 seconds. Right? That's why you have to look at the 30-minute time frame. You have to look at the 30-minute time frame. If not, you're going to get faked out. Right? Again, let's take a look real quick before our minute runs out. What other pairs can we take a look at? GJ, again, still in the middle of the zone, so not doing anything important for us. Right? So far, Euro USD is the one to look at. US30, same thing, and gold, same thing. right? So Euro USD right now is the one to just pay attention to and be patient, right? So we got 30 seconds here. What's the exact time for you right now? It's 10:59 a.m. About to be 11 a.m. So boom, closed above, open. So now I'm going to the 1 minute time frame, right? We closed above the zone. Now I want to see a little pullback, right? Because we went from, or I want to see a change of character. So here I'll draw it out. Sorry. So you had change of character that had this high. This high was equal. So now boom. Now this is a change of character. Right, for us in the uptrend. Now we wait. Now we want to see a change of break of structure now, right? This is a change of character. Fuck, bro. I have foggy right now, guys. I've been up. I remember I'm an early riser, so already at this time I'm fucking. Yeah, I'm fucking. You know what I mean? So. We had this low broken here. This low gave us this high. This high was equal highs. So either way, we're then trading between that high, and this low. This was broken here, so now we're trading between this low here, right, and whatever high is set. So let's see. So now this is the point where we could either be an aggressive entry, still in the 30. Let's go back to the 30. Right? What did we fail to do? We still failed to break the highs of 30-minute candle and the 30-minute zone. Right? But again, this is where we start looking for these very aggressive entries. Right? So we can see that we made this new high. Right? So now I'm looking for a low to be. I'm looking for the high to be set, but I want to see a pullback first, right? So we get a nice pullback, right? Then we could say that this was a good change of character, right? But right now it's still a little too tight for me. Pause, right? So, yo, my hand is killing me a lot. Shit sucks. I might have to hop out for a few minutes here. Probably like closer to 11:30. For a few minutes, probably like 10, 15 minutes max. Right now, I'm just looking again. I'm just looking for a cleaner break of structure, just something a little bit more clean. Right, and technically speaking, this isn't a change of character, yo. Let's mark this the way we're really supposed to be marking this, right? So hold on, man, because then we're really gonna be confused out here. All right, so we have this low, this high, all right? This high, this higher low, this equal high, this lower low, right? Then yes, we did technically break above here, but it's not a full break, so I don't want to say that. And then here, boom, we have still the equal high, higher low. This is where we have that higher high, because the candles closed above this, but we failed to break above again that 30-minute high. So this change of character again for me is really not. It doesn't weigh. It doesn't hold a lot of strength. Now we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait for a cleaner entry. Cleaner entry. Let me see my MT5. Yeah, MT5 holds a lot of weight. So see on MT5 there's a gap here. And there's another gap down here. Right? Now this, an entry down here will hold a lot of weight for me. This is the start of that push. Yo, I don't want a border, man. So now, when price gets down here, right? This would be my aggressive entry to go for longs. Risking fucking 2 pips. Gold and US30 pushing down right now. Okay. So perfect. So look at this, guys. So what are we looking for here? We're looking for price. Let's see, give me 1 second. Let me see something. Right here in the 1 minute time frame now, right? Here's where I want to start seeing change of characters and the BOS for us to get an entry. Right, so here, clear as day, we can still see price making lower low, lower high, right? Lower low, lower high. Right, so where we're at now, lower low. Right, so our first target to where price needs to break out of, right now, if this low is the low that's being set, right? If we get a nice pullback, right, and we break above here, it'd be a nice change of character. This is the point where we want to see US30 do a little turnaround. Obviously, does it have to give us a turnaround here? No, right? Because remember what we were saying. We want to wait. First of all, we want to wait for this 30-minute candle, right, to close. Um, Still expecting price to potentially give us a new low, right? So again, this is just our first targeted, point of interest, right? For us, this zone on US30 is just a point of interest, right? This is a point where price could potentially turn around. Now, does it have to turn around? No, 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 absolutely not, right? Because it has, the other rule that it has today that it could do is to make a new low. So we'll have to wait for that 30-minute pretty much. Right? But we can see how price now is reacting to these lows. US30 is a convincing long in that blue range, yep, and over here somewhere. Look how it's reacting to these lows. It's just trapping traders, right? It's like, ha, you think you're gonna get these entries? You'll get it. We'll take you right out. All right, and then Euro USD and GJ still in the same spot. So I think what I'm gonna do with GJ is I'm gonna delete this alert for GJ for today because it's still missing a lot of pips to get there. And the fact that I could only use one alert, I'm gonna use this alert on US30. Right, and then on US30, when price gets down here, is where I wanted to start alerting you, like, hey man, you might want to look at this. Create your alerts. Now you get notified on your phone. So same thing, right? So now again, just a lower time frame. Again, we can see that this could potentially be the low that is gonna set. So we're trading between this lower low, lower high, and lower low. Now, price breaks above here and gives us a price gives us a clean change of character, we'll get in after the BOS. We'll get in. There'll be a change of character and then a break of structure. We'll get in at the break of structures retest to continue to go up. That's what we would like to see here on the beautiful US30 today. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to step out for a little bit. Kinda sucks. I might miss a trade. It's all good. Yo, I'll be back as fast as I can. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna keep the stream on and everything. Alright, I'm back. So let's break this down, right? I was looking at TradingView on my fucking drive and shit was not safe, but um look at US30 and gold, right? We're still looking for a break of structure, still haven't gotten it, right? We have this low that's set, this low gave us this high and this low. So we're trading between that high and this low. Everything inside of here is just inside noise. I'm not focusing on any of that. I want to see a clean change of character and a clean break of structure. Gold, same situation, right? Still looking for price to pull down here, so that's perfect, right? Exactly what gold is doing is exactly what it needs to be doing, right? And then euro, obviously, still waiting for a clean break. We still haven't gotten that clean break above. Is still consolidating here, and GJ, same thing, still consolidating. Hasn't broken above the zone, hasn't gotten below the zone. Here in the 30-minute, we can see we're still trading between this high and this low. Right, and again, our confirmation for shorts is going to be after we break this BOS, right? So that's what we're waiting for. Remember, I'm looking for that new low today on US30, so back. Yeah, I'm back. It's taking a long time. It's just gotta be patient. Like I said, today, look, today's a hit or miss, man. Right? Either today we're gonna get the move, or price is just gonna wait for NFP tomorrow. But I have to be out of here by in 10 minutes anyway, because I have to take that test. Um, so 11:45, I gotta hop out of here. But the blueprint is here, right? We already know what we're looking for. Um, you've been in the game for a while. How does the NFP usually move? That's why we don't trade it, right? It doesn't. You can't. There's no way to answer that question, right? Because there's no NFP moves like crazy, right? Wherever it's gonna go is gonna go. Um, but it's just like any other news, right? The only thing that makes NFP like everybody so wow NFP is that it's the one that usually brings the most volume in the market, right? So for those who enter trades during NFP, they're hoping for NFP to just skyrocket and give you 3,000 pips. You know what I mean? But NFP is just like any other news, right? It's the same thing. They use it to just trap the traders, collect contracts, do whatever. But usually NFP does move with the trend, right? So that's pretty much the only way I can answer that question. So hedge or don't look at the chart at all? No. If you could get a valid entry, right? If you could get a valid entry, like I mean, like yo, it's part of your trading journal, and and you could get a good entry before news. Like we're talking about an hour and a half, 2 hours before news, then possibility that you could hold that trade, right? But the other possibility is that NFP when it comes in, right? Just so I could draw it out. Like let's say your entry is here and price is here, right? You're expecting price to just continue trending down, right? But price could be here, your entry's here. NFP could literally just throw a crazy wick to the top, come back down, and then continue the trend going down. So it's when it comes to that, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much how news works. That's just any type of news. Um, when is it the timing? We'll look at it on Forex actually. So the news tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, 8:30 in the morning, Eastern time. So 8:30 was 3 hours ago for me. Right now it's 11:37 a.m. So tomorrow 8:30 in the morning is when it hits. An hour before NYC opens. So here we go. Your USD is getting ready. So now the change of character, it did make a new high, but we still haven't closed above. Wait, what happened to my? Didn't I have like a entry thing here? Oh yeah, there you go. Did we break the daily? Not yet. Not yet. Fucking hey, bro. Here I'm getting all the phone calls now today. Right, remember, our 1 minute is good for a little confirmation. Our 30-minute is going to be the real one. So we have to wait for this 30-minute break. Right. 1 minute is a nice confirmation that price wants to move, but 30-minute is going to be the real. We want to see price now start closing above here. Right, and then here we start looking for our next entry zones. Right here, since we already had this break, we're now trading between this low and this high, and the last red candle that made the push, we would say is this one right here. Right? We could even say it's this one right here. Right? But at this point now, again, I'm just gonna keep looking at this. And on the 1 minute, boom, 1 minute change of character happened. I'm sorry, the 1 minute break of structure happened. Fuck, bro, I have the wrong. Why are the lines wrong? So now we would want to see a retest. And again, change of character happens here. Right? Because in the 1 minute, right, lower low, high, low, high, right? Same high, higher low, boom, broke. Change of character, right? Change of character gave us this high or this low, right? And then boom, break of structure. Right now, this break of structure in the 1 minute closed above the daily zone. And the confirmation for the 1 minute breaks are exactly how these candles are, right? These engulfing green candles. So now that we have that in the 1 minute, right now I want to confirm it in the 30. Right now the real entry is going to be when the 30-minute closes above the zone. If we can't get a 30-minute closure above, then it's still a testing zone, still a testing candles. Entry would have been great risky. Yeah, really risky. Right, that's what the aggressive entries are. Right, it's a good entry because you have, you know, you're only risking 14 pips right now. 14 pips is a lot to risk, right? Depends on your lot size and all of that. But when you start internalizing it, it's not too bad. Alright, let's look at the other pairs real quick. So GJ still in the same fucking spot. Damn, man. GJ does not want to move. It's tired. It's like, hey, man, chill out. US30 still in the same spot as well, and gold in the same spot too. So Euro USD is the only one that started that move. So boom, now in the 1 minute, where do I want to start seeing my entries at? I want to start seeing my entries. I want to see if there's a gap somewhere here real quick. Small gap, right? And that small gap is at the low. Perfect. At the body of this candle here. So my next targeted zone is the bottom of where the push started. So our next aggressive entry is going to be point of interest is going to be here. Right? This is another aggressive entry, right? And where would your stop loss be? Your stop loss would be under here. So you'd be risking the aggressive entry. You'll be risking about 4 to 5 pips. The one that's not so risky, but obviously still risky because we still haven't gotten a 30-minute break. If we get this push first before a 30-minute break, obviously we'll be risking 2 pips, 2.5 pips. So let's go back to the 30 and see. Look how this wick looks in the 30-minute time frame. Yeah, 12:05. Said I was gonna leave at 11:45. I should leave here, right? All right, man. I'll turn the stream back on a little bit later. Well, probably not later. Well, I'll be doing it tonight. The session, 7 p.m. on the Vice channel. So we'll see you tonight. Appreciate you for being here, Kiro, and everybody else. See y'all later.